Wiwa was basically our first ambassador to Washington, D.C. She used to accompany our governor to Washington as a translator. They used to call Wiwa the Zuni princess, and people would flock to come see Wiwa demonstrate the arts that she was very well known for, pottery, weaving, and Zuni. She was very well thought of, very endearing person, generous, a mediator for everybody. We talk about her endearingly back at home still to this day. Wiwa was born a male, but lived their life as a woman, doing female roles within Zuni culture, but also still practicing all the male roles as well.
For our audience members who may not be familiar with, the different pronouns, how you're using them, but also just, Two-Spirit community members across not only, here in New Mexico, but across the country are really, part of tribal nations. So how is that in your nation?
Within Zuni, we do recognize that their gender. It's called Shahmana. It's usually the male person taking on the woman's role. However, we don't have pronouns within Zuni language, so we don't have a he or her. Everybody's they or them. We've all talked about this and how Wiwa was, a spiritual leader, a religious leader. There were times where there were male roles that were only meant for male. So those were the times that when we would talk about him in English, we'd say him and he. And then the other roles, the medicine role and the social roles, the caregiving roles, we're calling, Wiwa her. And it's kind of difficult to do the translations and a lot of the cultural roles that Wiwa had when he was here. And so we kind of go back and forth.
How did the collaboration with Google and yourself and the Zuni Pueblo come about with this Google Doodle to celebrate, not only honor Wiwa, but also kick off and celebrate Native American Heritage Month?
I got a text message one day asking if I am able to take part in a really big project, and I said, of course, I would like to. Google got in contact with Zuni Pueblo before any of this really came about, and I was mentioned in their talks as an artist that would be able to take upon a challenge like this. I mean, it was, to me, and probably to a lot of other artists, the time frame was pretty short. So it's about a month and a half of working that I did, of painting. Most Google Doodles are digitally created. So I was a little bit more different because my creations were all done with acrylic painting, and we would go back and forth on the process. I really wanted Wiwa's legacy to be shared. The fact that Wiwa was such, a caring individual, their story is still alive. This legacy that Wiwa, has, I feel that we all should take part in it. We have ears in different platforms now. As I said, digital, we're online. Our kids are on TikTok. Our kids are on Instagram. How do we weave those traditional knowledges within these platforms? Like, how do we reach? And I think Google just gave us that stepping stone.
Thank you so much for joining us on New Mexico in Focus, Zuni Pueblo artist Mallory Kwitowski. Thank you.
Thank you.